In this presentation, we will study sum of product form. It is also written as SOP form, where S stands for sum, O stands for of, and P stands for product. So let's start with it. You can see one truth table in front of you in which there are three variables A, B, and C. And you already know, if you want to find out the total number of combinations, the total number of combinations, then it is equal to 2 to the power n, where n is the number of variables, and here the number of variables are 3. So definitely 2 over 3 will give us 8. So there are in total 8 possible combinations, and I have already written this 8 combinations starting from 0 0 0 all the way to 1 1 1. F is the output of this truth table, and this is our function, and I have already written the value of the function for these different combinations. For the first combination, when A is low, B is low, and C is low, the function is also low, and in the same way it is a low, high, low, and for the last 4 cases it is high. So let me tell you one thing. In Boolean algebra, you can express this function. This function f can be expressed in 2 ways. The first way is to express it in SOP form. SOP form, that is our sum of product form. And the second way is to express it in POS form. POS form. And these two forms are very important and very easy at the same time, and definitely some problems will be there in your exam, and they are very easy. You can easily understand these things and solve their problems. So let's start with the SOP form in this presentation, and in the coming presentation I will explain you the POS form. The SOP form is written when the function is high. I will write the SOP form only when the function is high. So let's see when it is high. You can see for this case the value of f is 1, and it is when A is low, B is high, and C is low. In the same way, f is 1 for the last 4 cases. So the function f is equal to, let's see for the first case, A complement and B is 1, so I will write B, and C is 0, so I will write C complement. As I have already told you, we will write the SOP form for the true values or for the high values, and A is low, so I have to write it as A complement, whereas B is 1, so there is no problem. I will write B as it is, and C is also low, so I will write C complement. Function f is 1, so I will write f. I will not take its complement. In the same way, I will see for this case, A is 1, B is 0, so B complement, C is 0, so C complement. For this case, A is 1, B is 0, and C is 1. And for the second last case, I have A as 1, B as 1, C as 0. So A, B, C complement. And for the final case, all the 3 variables are high. So A, B, C. This I call as the sum of product form. This I call as the SOP form. Why I am calling it sum of product? Because you can see I have product. This looks like product. Actually it is not product. This dot is the AND operator, but at first it looks like it is product. So I have the products, and then I am taking the sum of this product. This is the sum. However, this is the OR operator. This one is the OR operator, and this dot is the AND operator, but it looks like sum and the product. So I will call it as sum of product. I am taking the product and then I am taking the sum of this product. That's why I call it as sum of product form. And this particular form I call as the standard. Or canonical SOP form. I am calling it standard or canonical because I am writing it directly from the truth table. The standard or canonical form is written directly from the truth table. You can also minimize this and you can have your minimal SOP form that I will explain you in a minute. But before that, let me explain you one important thing, that is the min term. The min term usually looks like A complement of B and C, A, B, C, A, B, A, C, A complement C, etc. and etc. I am calling it min term because if I write A or B or C, this is the max term, and if I write A and B and C, this is the min term. We are calling it max term and min term because of their look. So all these 6 are our min terms, and we write min terms as, let me first write down the decimal equivalent of these numbers. 0 0 0 is 0. This is 1 2 3 4 5, 6, 7. This is the decimal equivalent. If you don't know how to write down the decimal equivalent of a binary number, don't worry. In the coming presentations, in the number system, I will explain you how to write it down. But for now, you just know that these are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Now we write down the min terms like, let me change the color for this. I write it like M0 is small m. The small m represents it is a min term. Capital M represents it is for the max term. This 0 represents the decimal equivalent. So I can represent this case as M0. Similarly, M1, M2, M3, M4, M5, M6 and M7. This is how I will write down the min terms. In examination, they will not give you the truth table, but they will give you the min term. So let's see how the question comes in exam. The function is f and the variables are written in this bracket in the same order. You cannot change the order. So A, B, C are our variables. And now we have to write down the min terms for which the function is high. So let's see. The function is high for what min terms? This is 1. The function is high for min term M2. So I will write M2, or it is high for M4, or it is high for M5, M6 and M7. So I will write M5, M6 or M7. So these are the min terms for which our function is high. You can also write it as summation small m 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. There is no need to write it like this. You can easily use a summation that shows you are taking the sum of these min terms. Actually, it is the OR operator, but it looks like sum. That's why we are taking this summation mark. Don't confuse yourself with the actual sum. It is the OR operation, but we are using the plus sign, so it looks like sum. That's why we are taking the summation. So in exam, the question will come like this, and you have to find out the SOP form, the minimal SOP form, by using this information. So let's move back to our canonical SOP form that we have already evaluated from the truth table. Now we will use Boolean algebra to find out the reduced form or the minimal SOP form. Let's do it quickly. I hope you remember the rules of Boolean algebra. It will be a great practice for us. And you can also have this from this information. It tells us that for M2, the function is high. This one is M2. This one is M2. For M4, the function is high. This one is M4. For M5, M6 and M7, function is high. So this is M5, M6, M7. There is no need of truth table. You can easily have all the informations from this representation. And now we will minimize it by using the Boolean algebra. So let's do it. In the last two terms, you can see AB is same, and in these two terms you can see AB complement is same. So I can write it like A complement B C complement, or AB complement is taken as common from the distributive law and we are left with C complement or C. From here I have AB and in bracket I have C complement or C. Now you already know C complement or C. C complement or C is equal to 1. So I have A complement B C complement or A B complement, and from here I will have A B because this is 1 and this is 1 2. And you can see now again we have something common in the last two terms, that is A. So I will take A as common from the last two terms and we are left with B complement or B, and B complement or B is again going to be 1. So I have function f equals to A complement B C complement or A. Now let's see what we can do. If you remember the distributive law, I told you if you have this case A or A complement B, just neglect A complement. In the same way, if I say B and C complement is X, then I have A or A complement X. I can neglect this A complement. So I will neglect this A complement and I will have A or X. X is equal to BC complement. So A or BC complement. So this one, the final result, the final minimized result of this function that we have obtained from the truth table, and both these expressions will give us the same truth table. And it is better to use this one because it will use the less number of gates. Now let's move to the SOP form. This is also the SOP form. This one is also the SOP form. But the type of the SOP form is different. This we call as the standard or canonical, and this we call as the minimal. This one we call as the minimal SOP form because it is a minimized. So there are two types of SOP form that you need to know. And in exam they will ask you to have your canonical or standard SOP form using the minimal SOP form. So they will give you problem like function f is there that is equal to a or bc complement. Now you need to convert this function that is the minimal SOP form to the canonical. So in the coming presentations I will explain you how to solve this problem. It is very important. We will do the procedure for the SOP form as well as for the POS form. So I think this is all for this presentation. If you have any doubt you can ask in the comment section, and I will end it here. See you in the next one.